when I open up that Haagen-Dazs.
Well, I came to town for 5 days, and this was actually one of the first places that I came to. We went down to Tootsie's, down in the honky-tonks, spent some time down there, and then came down here and kind of did a little tour through here, and I was so sick at the time. I mean, I remember just feeling there was so much going on, you know. We'd signed a record deal that week, and I sang on the Grand Ole Opry, and it was an amazing week, and it was a lot of emotions going on. Then to get to come here, of course, was a major deal for me as well.
So it was all pretty overwhelming for a young kid from Newcastle.
Yeah, the first movie I ever saw that got me into country music was Coal Miner's Daughter, a biography of Loretta Lynn. And, you know, there's a door over on that side of the Ryman that she came in, you know. She pulled up in the movie, and Du had brought it to the Opry, and she's like, Du, it's the Grand Ole Opry. And I mean, I remember that from when I was a kid. It's like I was following her footsteps or something, and she was really a big impact to me. So to get to actually see it for real, it just changed my life, especially at 17. I mean, I didn't really know how to deal with it. I was emotional wreck.
At the time, I went with Catherine, with her and her manager, and stayed home at that stage because it was just a one-week trip we went over.
It was not expected. It was like, bam, Elton John, bam, you're in the States. That's how it was. It was so insane.
It was very full on. Catherine got to perform on the Grand Ole Opry. And
yeah,
I mean
all my dreams came true in 5 days, and we're not kidding.
So it wouldn't even be just the stage, it'd be like an awesome place, it'd be the dressing rooms and just thinking of the heritage in the building. Like.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, and knowing that Hank Williams, Elvis, Patsy Cline, Loretta Lynn, these people stood right there. Steve Ford. I mean, these people stood right there, and it's really special.
So hanging out in Nashville can't be that different to hanging out in Newcastle, can it?
Well, it's a lot different, but in a lot of ways you're right. It is the same. I mean, the people are just as friendly and just as supportive, and it's really nice to see.
A lot of people chasing a dream here, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, that guy back there, he's chasing a dream. I mean, there's people seriously in every one of these bars.
He was just chasing a quarter down the pavement too.
There's people in these bars, I mean, just, you name it. Everybody walking around here probably wants to be a country music superstar.
Oh, it's just so hard to do. It's falling out of love with you.
So this Tootsie's place is pretty world famous. You played in here?
I have, yeah, many times. I actually shot my first film clip here, The Upside of Being Down, which was shown on CMC a fair bit. That was shot on that stage, and all the actors were actually around this table. And we've spent a lot of time here. My first showcase for the town was upstairs in the back room up there. And I actually used to play here for tips, which I'm trying to get back into as well, because I love playing at Tootsie's. It's a really cool place.
I'll have a word to someone for you. Maybe I can pull some strings, you know.
They used to say, if you've played the Ryman, then you've made it in country music, you know, and obviously it doesn't apply these days, but back in the olden days, so it was true.
So, like, did that not make you feel a bit guilty that it all just came so quick?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I felt really funny about the whole thing, and I still do, you know. I'm really lucky to be where I am, and, you know, not many Australian artists, if any, you know, bar Keith and Cherie and Jamie O'Neill and Jed, of course. I mean, that's like 5 people, you know, that's got the opportunity to come here and actually get a record deal and have a go at it. And why me? Why am I one of those 5? You know, it's really an amazing thing, and I thank God every day for it. I mean, I really don't know how I got the opportunity, but it really was where I wanted to end up no matter what. Whether I was paying for it or whether somebody else was, I was going to come here. You know, this was the ultimate for me.
This lonely hotel room goes dark by the night, and I think my loneliness is getting in full flight.
Obviously, I went to Nashville when I was 17. It was very scary, and you know, obviously I had to grow up really fast, and I had to learn to, you know, simple things like cook, look after myself, do stuff that my mum did for me at 17, not, you know, that I would have to do, and I had to learn to do all of that. really quick because it was like, bam, you're there, you're living there. Go buy your own stuff, learn how to maintain a household and be alone. And it was really hard, but it's something that, once again, I'm glad I did.
Save me, I'm dying. I'm dying. All these lonesome years.
What do you think's a typical day in Nashville? Give us a day in the life.
Well, I get up every morning and spend about 2 hours in the gym. So that's about 6 days a week. So usually my mornings consist around a gym, which is horrible. And then I usually go songwrite most of the time during the week. I have writing appointments with great writers around town. I usually do that every day. And during the night I either go home and be a good girl and go to bed early, or I go out and watch shows. I mean, there's so many great things going on around Nashville all the time.
I've heard you talk about songwriting before and how much it means to you and how much you enjoy being able to express what you're doing.
Everybody who I loved was doing it, and I thought that was the thing to do. You write songs about, you know, yourself. And obviously when I was a kid, I wasn't writing about myself. I was just kind of writing about drinking whiskey and beer and doing things that I thought that country music was about. You know, I didn't know what I was writing. I didn't know what any of it meant. I'd never been in love. I'd never probably had a drink at that age, you know, obviously. Probably. It was Australia, no. But seriously, I mean, it was all just stuff that I kind of made up in a way, you know, because like Hank Williams talked about it. So, but now my songwriting, especially with this new album, is really from experience and stuff like that. So it's really changed and become something that is more like therapy for me, you know, in a way. Like if I'm feeling something and I feel down about something, I sort of put it all on paper and feel better about it.
The phone broke the silence like the screaming of a siren, and I just sat beside it, took another drag on my cigarette, swore I'd never smoke again.
If you could put your name on one award worldwide, what would it be?
A Grammy, probably. Absolutely. I mean, I have ambitions to act, you know. I have ambitions to conquer the world. I'll do anything. I really have big dreams. And I think if I just keep going the way I'm going, that maybe some of them will come true.
Like a drive-in movie on a country road.